Music Posse. Let's go it out so that we can start tonight's live stream. All right. Social friends from here in Chi-Town. Yes, we're here in Chi-Town live streaming to all of you. If you're in Chi-Town, give us your memoji, your emoji, or just drop in a comment. If you are tuning in from a warm weather location, let me hear from you as well. We are absolutely jealous, though. I will be real with you. All right. So with all of that said, my guest tonight, he goes by George. Nice, easy first name, but his formal name is Germantas. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Germantas Valionis. And as I am waiting for him, he's kind of prepping himself up, ladies and gentlemen. He's in the green room, kind of, gussing up, getting himself ready to show up as my guest tonight. And by the way, this guy, he's got a unique story. I'm going to just sit tight. You'll hear more about it. He's got a unique story as to how he got into the business of making dreams come true for maybe many of you. And that dream is this. It's home ownership. It's getting on the path to creating your wealth, getting the outcome that you want. So while George is getting himself ready, let me ask his fan base to give him, I'll tell you what, a rip-roaring welcome. Come on, fans, give him a rip-roaring welcome and applause. Here we go. Yeah, look at these fans of yours, man. Yep, you got it, George. All right, I think you're ready. All right, let's tell your fan base to chill it out. Here we go.
Hey, how's it going, Bill? How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well for a Thursday night where we're getting on the other side of the temperatures. We're doing a slow crawl back to seasonal temp. Do you agree with that?
So happy the temperatures are increasing, and this winter has been brutal.
It has been. I mean, I don't know if you listen to the weather forecast. You either listened, read, or watched it. This boggled my mind, but once I heard it, I looked back and I'm like, that's so true. This winter season, we've had 3 times the amount of white stuff and snow compared to last winter season. You believe that?
I do, 100%.
So with that said, let me put you on the spot, George. By the way, did I pronounce your first formal name correctly?
No, it's actually Germantas.
Germantas. Shame on me. All right. Next time I have you back as a guest, we'll get that correct. Okay. All right. So before we dive into your entire story, why don't you lead us off with who are you? What is it that you do now to help people get to their outcome and make dreams a reality?
Okay, so yeah, my name is George Valionis. I'm with the Good Child team with Realty of America. I help sellers, buyers, renters with whatever they need real estate wise. You know, if you're a first time home buyer, I can help you find that dream home you've been looking for. If you are, you know, if you're looking to sell a luxury home, $1 million and above, my team has extensive experience doing that. You know, our team has many listings. I think I have like 2 listings since joining the team, and yeah, just kind of learning as I go and doing my best to be the best realtor I can. And when I don't know something, I'm my mentor's name is 𝙎𝙤𝙪. She has like 38 years of experience, so I can kind of just lean on her and have her help me out. And it's been a lot better than trying to go at this process all by myself and, you know, taking an extra 2 to 3 years to figure it out, as opposed to asking for someone's help, you know?
Yeah, well said. And I love how you dropped in that last part, which is it's always possible for you to do something all by yourself, but when you are selling with a team backing you, it's so much more efficient. You can get always, and think about it, you can always get to a bigger outcome together, right? So let's now bring up this listing. I found one, right? One of several.
Mm.
And I want to highlight this listing. So let me load it up here. This beautiful 2-bed, 2.5 townhome, right?
Mm.
Yeah. So let's do a call out for all of you potential first-time home buyers. Yes, that's you. It could be you, single guys. It could be single females like you. The reason why a property like this could be appealing to you as a first-time home buyer is, well, I'm going to lean in and say this time of the year when someone else can shovel and clear the snow for you, why not?
100%. I
Right?
completely agree.
Right?
Yep. I live in a townhome myself, and it's the best. You know, you don't have to do nothing. The HOA takes care of everything.
Right. So with that said, talk to me about this as I looked up this listing of yours, and you're co-listing it with Liz Goodchild. Shout out to Liz Goodchild and the rest of her entire team. If you're watching this as a live stream or as an on-demand recording, George, talk to me about this. I see that this property just went under contract. Am I correct?
Yes, correct. Yeah, correct.
Okay. Yeah. Are you kind of in the attorney inspection review, or are you out of it?
We're like right there in that stage, kind of.
All right. Love it. So as you and I know, that is the first step of selling any property, right?
Mm.
You gotta get it under contract. You gotta work through the attorney inspection, or the formal term is due diligence period. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not gonna ask any more questions about it because I certainly don't want to jinx it for the lucky buyer who wrote an offer on this property. So let's bring it back up again. This property, lucky buyer. We wish you good luck as you work through your attorney inspection review. In the event, hey George, we know this. In the event that buyer wigs out on you, don't worry, because we just did a call out to many other first-time home buyers like you, right? So, hey, just be prepared. Things sometimes work for a reason and sometimes they don't. And so if you are ready to buy a home, reach out to George at the Liz Goodchild team at Realty of America. I am sure they can take care of you and walk you through the entire journey, start to finish.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, that property is under contract, but if any first-time home buyers are interested in a single-family home or townhome, there's definitely many options out there right now. The market has started to like pick up. It seems like after the New Year's.
Yeah.
So, we'll find you the right property. We're going to set you up like in the MLS search kind of on what you want,
Right.
bedrooms, price, location, all that. And
Right.
then we're gonna narrow it down. We're not gonna be like, oh, maybe I wanna live in Lockport. Now maybe I wanna live in Palatine. Maybe, we're gonna narrow it down where you wanna live. We're gonna narrow down the price. We're
Right.
gonna narrow it down to like 1, 2, 3 properties, and we're gonna be very specific, and we're gonna go look at those, and hopefully they work. If not, we'll do more. But the goal will be to like work smarter, not harder. I don't want to run around and look at 30 properties, and I don't want my clients to have to do that. I want us to all be very smart, efficient, and find the right property, and not waste time. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. And I think one of the key important things in our business, your side of the business, George, as well as my side, is having that open, trusting relationship conversations with buyers. Because let's call it like it is. You've got a great point. Why run around, look at more than enough properties? Because if you understand what a first-time buyer, and that would be you, is looking for, maybe you can just do a quick preview and then say to Jane Doe there, you should take a pass on this one. The pictures look better than they really do. You don't want to get catfished.
No, 100%. That's why I do buyer consultations with all my clients. So we narrow it down. We look at the MLS and we look at specific properties instead of just, running around house to house with our heads cut off, like,
Yep.
got to be very like specific and narrow it down. So, because, the real estate market, it's competitive. If you're not narrowed down, if you're wishy-washy, like, by the time you go see a property, it's like, oh, maybe I like this, maybe, and it's like, you're not gonna see results. But if you know what you want, you're specific, and then you have a game plan.
Yep.
That those are your best things to be prepared to like get the property under contract, and then finally have that dream home you want.
Yeah. So let's now shift our conversation to you dropping your words of wisdom, using that 2-bed, 2.5-bath townhome that you have under contract. What are the top 3 mistakes, in your opinion, George, sellers should avoid? Can you share that with us? What are the top 3 mistakes?
Top 3 mistakes, I would say first is probably price.
Yes.
Having it overpriced, not at the right price. Your home might sit on the market. You might get discouraged, and you're not going to get the right eyeballs on it. Just I would say number 1 is definitely price. You could have the wrong price, and you might potentially miss someone. If you want to, like, the price is like, the price is $815. You priced it $815, but the property really should have been like $800.
Yeah.
So let's say you priced it at like $790, right? Now you're getting the people that are in that 700 upwards range looking at your property. You got the people there looking at your property, and you got, as opposed to like having an entire half of people that are not going to see your property just because you didn't price it correctly.
Correct.
So I think that's very important. Pricing it strategically. So you get the most money for your home, right? That's why you want to use a realtor, right? You want to get the maximum amount of money for your home, right? That's why you're selling it retail, and then pricing it correctly is important too, I'd say. So yeah.
What's another a mistake to avoid?
I would say picking the wrong realtor, because I would say if you pick the wrong realtor, not only might you not price your property correctly, you might get someone that isn't going to market it correctly.
True.
So in today's day and age with social media and everything, it's so important to market a property correctly, right? You could post it on the MLS, and that's great, but there's also social media strategies. There's also reverse prospecting.
Mm,
I would say, like we were talking initially with the price, I think price is like part of that marketing, right? If you
yeah,
price it rightly, you're gonna get all kinds of people in that price range that are looking at your property. If you don't price it correctly, that's kind of like you're doing a disservice to your client with like poor marketing in a way, I'd say. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. And you're spot on. I mean, I wouldn't say it any different. Because real estate is a team sport. You've got to have the right team whenever you're selling and or whenever you may be buying to help you move down the field. And that team consists of a great team of real estate brokers, right?
Mhm.
You bring the SWAT force when you're a
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
And then when you are selling to buy, maybe, or just buying as a first time buyer, um, you do need, unless you're paying cash, you do need to make sure that your money, your financing is rock solid, locked down. The ideal way to do it is this: don't stop at just getting pre approved, people. Yes, I'm saying that loud and clear to you. Don't stop there. If a lender is telling you, oh, I can pre-approve you, your question should be, well, why can't you get me past that? Get me fully approved so that I'm paying, so that I'm buying almost with like cash. That's really
Mhm.
the great strategy. So back to what George said, real estate is a team sport. You got to have the right team on the field, moving down the field with you. So George, let's now shift to the next part of our conversation tonight. And this is where, for the people who don't know you yet, tell us your story. How did you get into real estate? I think I remember this when we had our first conversation. You came from the business where people are getting stuff moved to them, right? The transportation business, correct?
Yes, that's 100. Yeah, that's accurate. So, I worked like on and off for my family business since I was like 17, 18 years old. My parents had a
Okay.
transportation company.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Truck driving. So truck drivers and all that comes with it, dispatch, recruiting drivers, office
Wow.
assistant. I've had many roles in that industry. I actually just started working again in that industry as a full-time job because I
Okay.
want to have like some sort of consistent income and then like have my real estate thing like really pick up on the side. Because
Yeah.
I feel like if I don't have consistent income right now, I don't even I still like need money coming in, and I can't even dedicate that much time to real estate. So I feel like if I have some consistent income coming in, I have more time to dedicate evenings and weekends towards building my real estate career.
And if I may add this to your thought about consistent income, brother, I think one of your superpowers, I'm going to expose it right now for you, is the fact that you know the transportation business. You spend time with the truck drivers that are moving the Amazon Prime orders, the goods to households like mine because we want it right now, right? Those relationships that you have because they know you, they trust you. The beautiful part of that is think about it. They will go through life events like all of us. They will either get married, have babies, because they are driving that big 18 wheeler either locally or across multiple states. At the end of the day, they want their home haven. And so you can help them accomplish that.
Yeah, actually, 100%. I feel like truck drivers, a lot of them make good money. A majority, not I don't know about all of them, but a decent amount for sure do make well over six figures.
Yeah.
So, if you're not, you don't want to just rent, you don't want to just throw your money away. For some people, renting's the right situation because you maybe you're on the road, you're not there.
Right.
But for some people, you want to have a home base, like you said. Maybe you have a
Yeah.
family, you have a wife and a kids. The reason you're on the road and trying to like provide for them,
Right.
and me and Bill can help you. Bill and I can help you out with getting the right property. There's like two trains of thoughts. Like some people are always like, don't buy, always rent. And then I hear like other philosophies like talking about like the reason so many people in America or like worldwide have been able to generate wealth is through home ownership.
Right.
Even buying a home, you're making payments on it, and real estate's like almost always gone up over time, besides
True.
like the 2008 crash. So you're building equity in a home, and then you're making money, and then you have a place to stay. I mean, it's good. Like that's, I think, that's the American dream. It's been like that for a long time, is to be a homeowner. And nowadays with like, prices and all that stuff, like for my generation or the generation even younger than me, there's a lot of like, talk and like almost myths that like home ownership is impossible, but that's not necessarily true. It is still possible. You
True.
just gotta have the right strategies, and that's where I think someone like Bill is very important.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of programs these days, right? There's 3%
Absolutely.
down, 0% down.
0%.
I mean, to me, like as a realtor, or even like I'm learning to get like interested into like real estate investing.
Yeah.
I mean, the financing and everything, to me, that just seems like, honestly, kind of interests me, and all the different creative strategies real estate can be acquired. So
Yeah. So as I wrap up tonight's live stream with George, I'm gonna drop these isms, George, for your audience, my audience, and guess what? The audience we don't have yet, but they're watching us. And here's the first ism. I don't care whether you rent or own. I really don't. But do know this. You're paying someone's mortgage. Might as well be your own. Now, the other thing I'm going to tell you is when you are renting, yes, there's so much flexibility. Yes. No commitment, right? Because you could kind of bounce, it's a 1-year lease, et cetera, et cetera. But here's something I want you to think about. When you're renting, are you really in control of your own destiny? What if the landlord, that could be me, that you're renting my single family home from me, says, you know what? I'm not going to renew your lease. I'm going to sell this property with some guy named George, because George has been whispering in my ear saying, Bill, you got a hot property. You could get top dollar. And guess what? As a landlord, many times over, I love tenants. I do want more tenants than sometimes homeowners. I'm dropping my secret for you. Why? Because you're helping me pay down my mortgage, because you're choosing not to pay down yours. So think about that, people. All of you first-time buyers, wannabe buyers. Yeah, I hear you loud and clear. I just want to rent. I say keep at it, but think about my ism. Is it really the best thing for you? Especially when you might be able to own. Maybe you're just not ready emotionally, because you're just not, but nothing is gained from not having a conversation with other people that you know and trust. And that's why in tonight's live stream, what George and I are doing is to open that conversation with you, whether you know us or not. It's really easy. So how do we change what's in front of you? All you have to do, audience members, is simply scan this QR code. If you are ready to have a conversation with George and myself, scan this QR code. The rest is easy. We will have a simple first conversation with you to help you explore what is absolutely possible in front of you. And who knows, in 60 days or absolutely less, you may be surprised. You may be having keys to the home that you really, really want to own. So, Music Posse, play us out. George, thank you for joining me tonight. Here we go.